Time is it anyway? I don't even know what time it is.
Yeah, we
2:16.
Yep.
Time?
Yep. Time to start.
Yeah, go ahead. Constance, how are you? I have no idea. I just float.
I know. They're probably recycled.
Is your phone ringer off?
Good call.
I think I left it on my car.
That's off.
Yeah, I,
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Of course, you know who I am. I'm Michael Claire Wyman. And today our special guests are two brothers that we ran off a long time ago to Tennessee, to the West Coast. Finally, we allowed them to come back to Questa, finally. When they learned, because they had to learn. But before we start with introductions here, I want to remind everybody that on the 24th of this month, we're going to have open mic. So if you have a story you want to share with the world, please come by. We're going to do that. Whoever has something that you want to talk about, Pilar could come and talk about one of her trips to Ukraine or to Lebanon, something. But if you got something that you want to share with the world, please come by on the 24th, again, 2 to 4. Then next month, we're going to have from Taos a father and son, Vito Trujillo Sr. and Vito Trujillo Jr. Jr. and I played music a lot here in Taos 4 years ago. And his dad and I played 40 years ago. So, and then Claire came up with something really special for May that I really like, and I want everybody to come on board on that. It's Mother's Day weekend, or month, whatever you want to call it. What we want to do is bring in 10, 15, 20 mothers to tell a story about their life with their family. So if you've got something, somebody that might want to come, please have them come by. I think it'd be a great idea. I just love that Claire came up with that. So, of course, I had to pay her after she came up with that. But I gave her $2.98. All right, now why you're here, why I'm here. Chris and Rodney Arellano from Amalia are two of my favorite musicians. Period. Their version of Puño de Tierra is by far the best version I've ever heard anybody do. So without further ado, would you start off this whole thing with a song, Por Favor?
yes, sir. And we're from Costilla, not Amalia.
Okay,
But
I'm sorry.
We love Amalia. We love Amalia. We just-
Okay, when I talk to the people of Amalia and they hit you,
I know.
okay. You're right, I apologize.
Costilla. All right, we're gonna start off with a song that our dad wrote back in 1970 something. We kind of redid his song to kind of fit our style a little bit, and anyway, the song Dad wrote. Tú me cuentas que te vas, que me vas a abandonar y que me vas a despedir, donde no verte jamás, y que me vas a dejar solo, sin ningún remedio, llevar este dolor. Aquí me quedaré, tirado y perdido, mientras que hay vino, yo seguiré tomando. Aquí me quedaré, como un pájaro en el viento, volando sin rumbo, donde no te puedo amar. Ay, amorcito de mi vida. Ya que estoy en la cantina, tocando yo mi guitarra y tomando unas copas y cantando esta canción. Donde quiera que te encuentras y escuches esta canción, acuérdate de mí. Aquí me quedaré, tirado y perdido, mientras que hay vino, yo seguiré tomando. Aquí me quedaré, como un pájaro en el viento, volando sin rumbo, donde no te puedo amar. Oh, perdóname mi amor, y no destroces mi corazón. Mira que en este mundo no hay más que una sola vida.
Wow. And I used to get up and play with his dad too. That's how old I am.
And Tim played on the original recording.
Yes. Tim, yeah. So, anyway, but what I would like to start off with is your journey from Questa to Tennessee. Is that where you first left? Or where? Tell us about that and
Yeah.
how that went along and all that good stuff.
Was it California first?
Oh,
Yeah, it started in California. So I went to Musicians Institute in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. So I graduated Questa High School in '93, and a month later, I drove out to Hollywood. It was culture shock. Coming from Costilla to live on Hollywood Boulevard. And I was going to a music school there. But we grew up playing music with our dad when we were kids. So when I was 8, I was Dad's drummer. Rodney's always been the bass player. And so we grew up playing music, and I just wanted to learn more about music. So that's why I ended up in California studying music there. And that didn't last too long. It was the earthquake of '94 freaked me out. So I think I lived in California I was there about 7 or 8 months and did the schooling. They shut the school down after the earthquake. It was going to be shut down for the rest of the year. So I thought, I took it as my sign I should probably stay in New Mexico. So
no earthquakes up here that heavy.
No earthquakes. So I came back to New Mexico and went to Highlands University for a semester. That's all I lasted in college. but that's kind of where our journey began as brothers, as our duo, other than playing with our dad before. When I was in college out in Las Vegas, there was a talent search that came to town called Nashville Star or something. I had a good friend in college, this gal who was a singer, and she asked me to help her write a song for the competition because she wanted to try to win, because the prize was you got to go to Nashville and sing at the Grand Ole Opry. So her and I got together. We wrote a song for the competition, and on the way up to the competition, I asked her to loan me $20 to join the contest too. So she loaned me $20, and we both entered the contest, and I ended up winning the contest.
I wonder why.
So I won the competition there, and the prize was to go sing at the Grand Ole Opry, and so I got to do that, and it was pretty neat. And nothing really came of that. I didn't win no big prize or anything, but the prize of singing on the Opry stage was pretty nice. But we went after, actually, so this is where it really starts, is after the Grand Ole Opry. There's a place in Nashville called the Bluebird Cafe, and it's a very well-known place where songwriters go and play their songs and share their songs. And a lot of people have kind of been discovered there. And anyway, we happened to show up there. Just by luck, one of the songwriters that was supposed to perform that night didn't show up. And I got to talking with the sound guy. And he said, he had ties to New Mexico somehow. So we got to talking about New Mexico, and he said, hey, by the way, one of our songwriters didn't show up. Are you guys interested in filling in for them? And so I said, yeah, absolutely. So my brother and I both got on stage, and we played some songs. One song that I wrote, and two songs that an old friend from Red River wrote, Eddie Lee Bullington.
Yep.
And we just, it went super well, and we got asked to come back and do like a steady gig there at the Bluebird. So we came back to New Mexico and packed our things and moved to Nashville and figured things out there. And yeah, I mean, there's so many more little details, I guess, but
How long were you there?
There's a lot of details.
we were there I was there for 9 years. Rodney was there for about 8 years.
Well, Rodney, why don't you give us one of those little details? Since you're the one who goes, there was a lot of details.
Yeah. No, we got a lot of label interest right away. It seemed like management and stuff, and it seemed like things were going to happen overnight. It's a heartbreak town. Mm-hmm. One of the songs that got pitched to us, and we got offered a record deal, and a good friend of ours, Daryl Scott, wrote that song, and and it's the truth. It's we learned a lot, a great lesson, and we're back here in New Mexico. We had a few record deal offers.
Yeah. And you came back here, and then somehow you ended up in Oregon or Washington or somewhere.
Or yeah. So I'm trying to remember how it all happened. I met a gal, and it was a woman in Nashville, and she was from Oregon, pursuing music as well. So her and I, she hired me to play guitar for her on a few shows, and we ended up falling in love and getting married and having a child together. And so we together in Nashville, I had my band, and I was also helping her to try to pursue her music. That's when 9/11 happened. Actually, that's what took me to Oregon was my wife at the time had a little girl that was in Oregon that was flying to Nashville back and forth. And when 9/11 happened, we decided that we wouldn't do that anymore because it was so scary after all that happened. So we just kind of put everything in Nashville on hold, and I moved to Oregon to try to be closer with family. And while in Oregon, I started a music school out there that we ran for 15 years. It was a school of rock for kids. If you've seen the movie School of Rock, it was that, but more of the family-friendly version of that. But that was my livelihood for a long time. So we took a break from playing music for all those years. I mean, I'd come home and play shows here with Rodney, and but we weren't doing too much at the time. And so I don't know. You can ask questions if you want, maybe to get us on track here.
Hey,
Tim?
Chris, outside of your dad, Jake, right?
Right.
Could you talk about the influences that shaped some of your style locally here in New Mexico, and I think particularly in Red River?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we grew up playing music with our dad primarily, and I played a lot of music with Michael when I was in high school with Michael and Janet.
Yeah, Magic Moods.
Magic Moods. So Michael was a big influence. We both played, Rodney and I both played in Red River a lot. So Eddie Lee Bullington and Michael Hearn and those guys were big parts of our journey as far as learning from them. And that's kind of where I learned how to write songs was through those guys, because they were all songwriters, and I didn't know at the time that people could do that like for a living. You know, I just got introduced to songwriting through them, and Mentor Williams, who lived up in Taos, who was a big songwriter, the first famous songwriter that I ever met. So that was a big influence. But yeah, Eddie Lee Bullington, especially up in Red River, really kind of took me under his wing when I was in school, and really taught me a lot about guitar playing and writing songs and singing, and so owe so much to them. And our good friend Jeffrey Torres up in Costilla was a big influence growing up. But yeah, so all those guys, and just being around the old traditional New Mexico music, you know, learning all the standards that we've always played growing up with our parents and grandparents. So that's kind of shaped everything that we've done up to this point. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about those traditionals and learning music with your dad and what that was like, you know, playing music as a family?
Yeah. You want to tell them a little bit?
Go ahead. I don't want to start coughing.
So, yeah, like I said before, I was the drummer in our dad's band. Rodney was the bass player. Dad was the guitar player, singer, and then our mom was also like a singer as well. So the four of us had just the family band, and our dad we didn't really play, but my dad dabbled in all the different instruments, so he kind of taught me how to play drums. I was really short as a kid, so I couldn't reach the kick drum, Tim, so I used to play just hi-hat and snare until I could finally reach the kick drum pedal. But he just taught us songs, you know, traditional songs that we grew up playing here, like Flor de las Flores. I'm not even sure who wrote Flor de las Flores, but
Michael Rael.
Mike.
The original Flor de las Flores come from Mexico,
Yeah.
and it's when the El Hurricanes and all them took it over, they changed one word that to me screwed that song up quite a bit. Flor de las Flores. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, but that originally comes from Mexico. It was written during the time of the Revolution, and the guy has a name on it, but it was written by a woman. Most of
Okay.
those songs were written by women down in Mexico during the revolutions, because they would go with their families to the battle. So the guys would go fight somewhere, and the women would stay in the camp, and so they would write the music. Yeah, that's really the truth about Mexican music. It's like Adelita, one of the great songs, was written by a woman, basically, but she don't get credit. In the United States, Angel Baby was written by a Mexican woman, a young lady, never got credit.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You know, why don't we do another song?
Excuse me.
Do another song for those guys. I think they would like that.
Yeah, let's maybe we'll play one of our really old songs that Flor de las Flores, since we're talking about it.
Okay, Flor de la Flor.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll see which word you use.
I don't listen too close.
See if I don't start coughing.
Yeah. Rodney sings lead on this one.
Flor de las flores, flor de mi amor, vente conmigo y dame tu amor. Flor de las flores, flor de mi amor, vente conmigo y dame tu amor. Si te preguntan si te amo yo, pronto contesta y diles que no. Si te preguntan si te amo yo, pronto contesta y diles que no. Duerme siempre mi vida, la dueña de mis amores. Y ven, flor de las flores, ven a hacerme feliz. Ayer fui a tu casa y no te vi. ¿Quién me lo manda? Yo me dormí. Ayer fui a tu casa y no te vi. ¿Quién me lo manda? Yo me dormí. Duerme, tiende mi vida, la dueña de mis amores. Y ven, flor de las flores, ven a hacerme feliz.
And they are doing the American version.
Oh.
You are. No, this is one thing that probably 90% of the musicians in northern New Mexico don't realize. When the song comes out of Mexico, there's one word that's different. When you start off the coro, duerme, that's incorrect. It's vuelve, come back. think
Vuelve
about
bien de mi vida.
yeah, vuelve siempre mi vida.
Yeah.
Always come back to me. Not go to sleep and stay asleep.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
Wait, are you saying stay asleep?
No, duerme means sleep. So the original version from Mexico with vuelve. And I'm one of the few that does it that way because I learned it from Mexico.
Yeah.
I tried that. I remember one time in Mexico I did duerme and that guy goes, "What? ¿Qué tiene?" Chewed my butt out real good.
Get a rope.
Yeah. So, now, you guys are doing, you did the School of Rock up there, and you guys are doing a summer program that I think is really wonderful for our kids. Would you touch on that, please?
Yeah. So, about, I think it's been 12 years already that I started a program here in Questa for the kids. So it's I call it the Summer School of Rock. It's a 1-week music program where I gather as many students as I can and basically teach them. Where our goal is to, by the end of the week, to have 3 songs figured out so they could perform a show in. Well, back when I started, I used to do it at the Monte Carlo. We maybe did one at the old community center here.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fiestas, yeah, the Taos fiestas. So I would prepare them to do 3 songs, and then I would ask other local musicians like Michael. We would play whoever I could get, and I would put together like a 2-hour show. So it'd be local musicians, and then the grand finale was the kids would perform their 3 songs for the community or the bar, wherever we had the final show. But that's kind of what I did in Oregon. Was although it was in a week program, I'd work with the kids for 9 weeks, and then we would rent these premier theaters out in Oregon, in Portland or Corvallis, and we typically had about 9 or 10 kid bands that would perform. We'd always have an adult band as well. But the way I teach them is we gather all the kids, and then I just teach them all the different parts. So I like to, around here, I like to leave one song to teach them like a traditional New Mexico song. And then the other songs, it's just whatever they choose as a band, they decide like what they want to learn. And I'll go through and make parts for all the kids, the drums, the keyboards, the guitars, the singer, and get them all prepared basically to showcase their songs at the end of the week. Actually, that's kind of how my music festival started. So I've been doing the music festival for 10 years now. I do a music festival up north, up in. I've moved it to Amalia the last year, but that's what the inspiration was for the festival, was because I always put together a 2-hour show with local musicians, and so we just decided to do a whole music festival. So now we get 2 days of music up in the mountains. We have food vendors, and then again the kids work with me the week before, and they go up to the festival and do their big performance, and they have a great time, and I hope they learn a lot. But the festival itself has been growing for the past 10 years. This is the 10-year anniversary this year, and so we're really excited about that. Like I said, it's 2 days of music, and it's always during summer solstice, so this year, June 19 and June 20 will be the festival up at Rio Costilla Park. If you guys haven't been, it's a blast. You just go up there, bring your campers. We have music for 2 days straight. We have food vendors there, and a big dance floor. It's a great time, so you guys are all invited, and you people on YouTube land also are invited. Anyway, yeah.
And I've heard probably all of the kids the 12 years I've been somewhere where I could listen to them, and they do an amazing job. These guys have done an amazing job with these kids. Really, that's one of the things I admire about these characters here. I'm still mad at them because they haven't learned the songs I want them to learn. But
We're gonna learn it. I want to learn like the old school way. I want to sit with you and just learn it from you. I want you to teach it to me. I don't want to go online and learn it. I want to.
You want to learn it?
I want to learn it right from the
Órale.
horse's mouth.
Órale. Tim.
Hey guys, this isn't a linguistic question. I was just thinking about the style, the kind of the formula that you guys have. I think is unique to the traditional music that you play, because just on a little bit of an analytical side of it, you throw in some beautiful little seventh chords and ninth chords and things in there, as which just are uncharacteristic of the traditional usage of style of that kind of playing, as well as your strumming style is very different from the real standard polka, that we associate with the ranchera here in northern New Mexico. So I think it's wonderful that you guys have developed that, because it is unique to you as a duo and as well as a band when you play.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
And that comes from I think our days in Nashville was such a big influence. We were in the country world there.
Right.
A lot of labels that worked with us wanted us to do some crossover at the time, like to bring in some of our Spanish stuff. We never really got there, but just being around the musicians in Nashville and there's so many amazing musicians that are just from all over the world there that are saturated there doing the country thing, and I think that's where we pick up a lot of at least me on the guitar, the certain voicings and that I love. I just love the sound of.
Yeah.
And like when I did my version of Un Puño de Tierra, which is a song that we grew up playing, the big influence was from singer-songwriters like from Texas and Tennessee, and that style of playing. So I've always loved that finger-picking style, and so one day I was just messing around fingerstyle, playing on the guitar, and started humming that old traditional song that we grew up playing, and then the idea of the Puño de Tierra, which was kind of a big opener thing for us here back when we moved back to New Mexico. Was kind of really opened things up for us to do a lot more music here and do it full time, and but that also derives from our days in Tennessee and being influenced by the music out there. Yeah, I'm glad that you hear the nuances of the chord changes.
It's beautiful.
Well, I'm going to ask you guys to play Puño de Tierra, but before you do that, the original that we all listen, pum, 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 bajando paso la vida, más recordiendo el mundo. Now they do it. Their version is, to me, the best version, period. So please do that for us.
Yeah. No pressure.
No pressure. You know me, I don't pressure nobody.
I just the reason I slowed it down too is just because the words are so incredible words, and my Spanish is terrible. But Michael, maybe after we play, you can talk about the lyrics a little bit, and we can both explain the story behind everything. And I just thought it made more sense to slow it down so you could really hear the lyrics and feel the lyrics, instead of having accordions and trumpets like a party, which I guess it's kind
And
of a
even
party
though it's
song
good,
too.
like,
But anyway, here we go. We'll try. And I broke my fingernails. It's terrible when you break a nail as a guitar player. Then it's hard to finger pick. So I might fumble around a little bit. Vagando paso la vida, no más recorriendo el mundo. Si quieren que se los digan, yo soy un alma sin dueño. A mí no me falta nada. Pa' mí la vida es un sueño. Yo tomo cuando yo quiero. No miento, soy muy sincero. Y soy como las gaviotas que vuelan de puerta en puerto. Yo sé que la vida es corta, al fin que también la debo. El día que yo me muera, no voy a llevarme nada. Hay que darle gusto al gusto. La vida pronto se acaba. Lo que pasó en este mundo, lo más el recuerdo queda. Ya muerto voy a llevarme no más un puño de tierra. El día que yo me muera, no voy a llevarme nada. Hay que darle gusto al gusto. La vida pronto se acaba. Lo que pasó en este mundo, no más el recuerdo queda. Ya muerto voy a llevarme no más un puño de tierra.
That song talks about, guys, is vagando paso la vida. Traveling, I spend my time más recorriendo el mundo, just remembering the world. Basically, it comes down to that. And it says, yo tomo cuando yo quiero, no miento, soy muy sincero. I drink when I want, I don't lie, and I'm sincere. Think about that. Those are really powerful words. Now, the way they do it, when I listen to it, it's a lot harder in here because the words melt into the meaning instead of just flowing through the meaning, if you can understand that. And their version is by far the best ever. Period.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael.
Guess, I feel it right now. Yes, sir.
I've heard that song many times, but now it is
No.
in my heart.
Yeah.
I lost my sister not too long ago, and I had one corazón.
There we go. And that's what it's about.
And you guys, me amo mucho gusto que la cultura está aquí todavía.
Well, we have to keep going who we are. And I really, when these guys do something like this and take a song that has been traditional for, I don't know, Puño de Tierra was written back in 53 or 54. That's how long it's been around. And this guy took it and make it a step higher. That's what I feel anyway.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always a little scary, changing a traditional song, and but we tried it, and it was it worked, and people felt it, and as long as that's happening, then I guess it's okay to. I mean, folk songs have always been passed down. You teach it to somebody, and then they do it the way they do it. Change a word here and there, or whatever they do, but. So I guess it's okay that we took it and made it a folky kind of song, and American-y folky kind of song.
No, see, it's just different. You made it your song.
Yeah.
God, no, Matt, there's no culture to it. There's nothing. You made it the Arellano song.
Yeah.
And that's what it's important. And you gave us that from your corazon. You can't ask for better than that. Let's be realistic. You guys gave us an incredible song there. It's like,
Thank you.
Not only that, but you pronounce all the words right.
Hey. Don't listen too close. Pilar's here, the instructor.
Anybody else? Yes.
I have one more comment. I had the pleasure of being Chris's music teacher for about 5 minutes when he was a senior in high school. And probably not many of you know this, but he's a real shredder on the guitar. We're talking about Joe Satriani and that kind of heavy metal stuff. He can handle it very well.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. And bring it on, right? One other thing was I think is a very admirable side of the Arellano brothers here is that for a long time the Questa High School did not have a music teacher, and these guys stepped up and went in, and I don't know what the financial situation was, but it seemed like you just kind of said, we're in here to help out, and there's actually a plaque on this door, above the door in the music room in the Questa High School, honoring and calling that music room the Chris and Rodney Arellano music.
Yeah.
No, well, they gave.
That's an honor.
I adopted my niece, so she's going to Questa High School now, and I remember when she started, because she was in Oregon with us for a while, and then we moved back, and I told her, I said, hey, Mia, the music room's named after me and Grandpa Rod. And she's like, oh my gosh. She's so embarrassed. And I was so proud of it. It was like, she's like, oh geez.
It's an honor.
Yeah.
It is.
No,
It's an
yeah,
honor.
touching back on what Tim was saying, yeah, Tim was my music teacher longer than 5 minutes. Yeah, out throughout high school, we had it was called the stage band program. And that was my favorite class. I devoted every second of my high school years to be at the class and to be part of it and to teach and to learn songs. But through my final couple years, I think when I was a junior and senior here at Questa, we just had such a big turnover of teachers. So there's months and months that we'd go without having a teacher. So I kind of took it upon myself just to keep going. So I would go home and I would learn songs on keyboard and drums and all the different parts, and then I'd come home or come back to school and basically teach all the kids in the class or my classmates parts, and we were learning songs like Metallica songs and Iron Maiden songs and all these great rock songs that we all loved. And we'd all participate and join in together and try to figure out these things together as well. but that's actually where the idea of my school came from, was just from doing that for so many years at the high school, like going home, learning songs, learning all the parts, and teaching them to other people. And then I ended up doing that for a big chunk of my life in Oregon, in Corvallis, Oregon. So kind of comes full circle, and now we're here. We do it. Rodney helps me out a lot for the summer programs, and it's awesome. So, yeah, just trying to keep the music alive and trying to pass it down to whoever wants to learn it, and it's been a great ride so far, and we're still doing it. So
It's exactly what our dad used to do for us too. The same thing, write the parts out for everybody coming to audition, and everybody's got their part, and teach them how to play the keyboard, the drums, the bass part, and start a band. And
When you think about it, to have the kind of talent that you go home and learn all the parts and come back and teach them, that's amazing. I can't even learn the first part. It's my way or no way when it comes to a song. They want to hear it the way it was written. Put a quarter in the jukebox, But the talent that this guy's, it's amazing. Just truly amazing, talented people.
I was gonna get back to Tim one more time. The first CD we ever did. We did a lot of recordings in Nashville. We were signed with Sony Records for a while, then we were signed with DreamWorks Records for a while. So we've done a lot of recording off and on with different record labels and things like that. But the very first CD that I did on my own, I did a Kickstarter campaign, if you guys remember Kickstarter. It's where public comes together and they'll donate money to a cause, and I got overwhelmed with all the support, so we raised enough money to do a CD. And when it came time to do our first Spanish song, which was one that our dad wrote, I immediately thought of Tim. And I just remember him being one of my school teachers, and then also he sometimes would sub and gig with us up in Red River, and so he was such a big influence. So I thought it was cool to bring him in to play drums on our dad's song. And we recorded most of the CD up in Oregon, but I came down to Taos and did a couple songs, and Tim graced us with his drumming on that very first song that we played, Cuentas que te vas, that my dad wrote. And it's so fun because when my brother-in-law, who plays drums with us a lot when we have a full band, he loves your drum parts. Tim, by the way, he's always mimicking you did something on the hi-hat thing that was really cool, that he's always mimicking that. And so anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but thank you, Tim.
I was wondering about, because your family has been such an important influence in your musical journey. Tell us a little bit about how your dad became a musician and your mom, and how that in such a such a rural location, how did that come about for them?
You want to?
I don't really know when, with my dad, I don't know. I know that he built his own guitar and started learning from, I think Charlie Padilla might have been an influence on my dad as far as learning how to play the guitar and teaching us and stuff. And then my mom used to sing with my dad also, and they were great together. Yeah.
So Charlie Padilla. You guys probably don't know Charlie Padilla. You guys know Charlie Padilla?
They know Charlie, right? You know
Just
Charlie.
a gentleman from our hometown, Charlie, played some guitar, and our dad was trying to learn guitar as well. So he was kind of self-taught, but he and Charlie would get together, and I think that's where our dad learned to play. There's just really kind of a self-taught thing. And then, probably the same with you, Mike.
Yeah, same thing.
Everybody just around here that played knew each other, and I think they all kind of helped each other figure things out. And our dad, and Mom played in the church choir in Costilla. So I think that's originally where we started, was in the Costilla church. So we learned church songs and
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I didn't play guitar then. I was in you don't have drums in the Catholic church. So my dad taught me to play the keyboard. And so I'd play keyboard at church. Rodney would play bass, and our dad and Mom would sing. We were like the choir. And that's kind of where it started. So
I actually used to play guitar at church,
yeah, yeah.
and then I graduated to bass.
Yeah, Rodney actually he taught me guitar, him and my dad. Our dad passed away, so I was 12, my brother was 15, and he passed away out here. So really, when our dad was teaching us to play, we kind of hated music, because my dad loved to rehearse all the time. So he'd have us rehearsing all the time and practicing, and we wanted to be out shooting BB guns and doing stuff like that. So we hated music, but our dad kind of saw that we were would naturally pick things up pretty quick, so he kind of kept pushing us, and thank goodness that he did. But yeah, when he passed away, when we were young, I mean, that was really the moment that we decided we wanted to play music, and out of respect for him, because his dream was to play music forever, like as a living. That's what he wanted to do, and it's a hard thing to do, to play music for a living, especially around here. But you know, that was the big kicker for us. We decided to really devote ourselves to play music and in honor of him, and then after a while it just becomes kind of an addiction, you know, like you feel like you're learning things and you want to get better and better, and we've been fortunate, you know, for the last several years to kind of just play music as a living. You know, we do it full time, and you know, aside from teaching here and there, or if I ever have to work at the hardware store on occasion, but yeah, primarily that's what we do for a living, and thank goodness our dad kind of pushed us, you know, and we honor him, like I say, by working at it real hard. We've re-recorded all the songs. He recorded 2 records in the 70s. We've revamped those songs to fit us, and yeah, it's all kind of derives from him passing away, and us wanting just to kind of keep music alive for his sake, and now we're just want to pass it down to whoever we can, and so we keep on going.
And it's true what you're talking about. Everybody, you get together and you learn from each other. You know, it's like, I've been trying to get him to learn how to do Cuando Calienta el Sol. And he finally told me, he said, I want to learn it from you because he likes my version. So we're going to have to get together.
Yeah.
And because that's one of the best songs ever written as far as I'm concerned, Cuando Calienta el Sol. So anyway, these guys are amazing. So why don't you do a couple more for us?
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I think, anybody have questions or algo? No?
I have a question.
Yes.
You mentioned a daughter. Are they interested in music? Do they play music?
My daughter Jaden is an amazing musician. She's at school. She teaches music out in Oregon. She teaches private lessons, and she also teaches public school. She grew up in it. She tried really hard to not get involved because her mom and I both play and have struggled for so many years. So she went, you know, she's went into the medical field first, but in the last couple of years, she's kind of come back to music. When we can afford her to fly her down and play bigger shows with us when we do theater shows and stuff.
She's a heck of a singer.
She's an amazing singer, an amazing percussionist. She's just super, super talented, but smarter than I am. So she knows how hard it is to be in the music world. But I'll speaking of my daughter Jaden, I'll play you a song that I wrote for her.
Yeah.
When she graduated from high school, and This was, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the Nashville Music Row charts go all the way to 200. This song was number 200 and on the national level. As I remember getting an email and like, your song is number 200 on the Nashville Music Row, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow. Didn't even know it went that high. But we'll take it.
Number one.
But we'll take it. Thank you so much. It's called Carousel. And I wrote this song for my daughter when she graduated from high school. She used to have this this picture in her room of these horses on a carousel. As they're coming around, they're turning into live horses jumping off the carousel. And I always thought it was a beautiful painting. And also, when she was a little girl, they were building a carousel in our home, in our town in Albany, Oregon. And so we take her there to carve like wooden flowers or different little things that they're doing to use for the carousel. So that's where the idea comes from, and it's just a kind of a journey through when she was just a little girl, and I always dedicate it to all the dads out there with daughters. You said, Daddy, Daddy, marry me in that old tree house, in that old oak tree, with your Cinderella dress and your plastic shoes. I let you brush my hair, then we tea for two. I bet I bought 1,000 lemonades, painted my nails every shade but gray, and I held your little hands in mine when you tried to swing for your first time. Round and round and round the carousel, painted wooden ponies, and your hair is blowing wild. Round and round and round the carousel, may you always keep that wonder in your heart just like a child. I know it's hard to be 17, not knowing where you wanna be. You hoped you find yourself in Tennessee, and I hope you always dare to chase your dreams. Round and round and round the carousel, painted wooden ponies, and your hair was blowing wild. Round and round and round the carousel, may you always keep that wonder in your heart just like a child. Carousel, those painted wooden ponies, and your hair blowing wild. Round and round and round the carousel, may you always keep that wonder in your heart just like a child.
Great song, great song.
Thank you. Number 200.
Should be 199.
I was shooting for 188, but we'll take 200.
All right. Well, I think you guys just do maybe a couple more. We'll call it. I want to thank both of you for being here. Appreciate you very much. And again, I want to remind everybody on the 24th, we're going to have open mic night or afternoon. Come and tell your story. There's many people that want to come and say it. So please do that. And again, for Mother's Day, we're going to try and get as many moms as we can come and tell stories about their family. Maybe some risque stories or some scary stories, whatever it takes. I want to thank these two guys here, right, for helping make this possible. And what else we got going? Next month, we're not going to be here on the second Saturday, be the third Saturday, because second Saturday is Valentine's Day. So on the 21st, we're going to have Vito Trujillo Sr. and his son Junior, and they'll be here to do that. And in March, I think I'm going to have some people, the mayor of Red River and Carol here. April, we're going to have John and Billy Archuleta come and do their music. So since I'm the one that's booking, I might kind of go to musicians, all my favorite friends and people that I really appreciate and admire for what they do.
All right. Well, I'll play you a song that I wrote for my mom not so long ago. Our mom lives up in Costilla, and she walks every single day. She walked today, in fact, in the snow. And fell. I got this. My phone wasn't working. Probably because of snow. Anyway, I was coming up for the show here, and I got this. I saw I had a message, and it said, "Hito, I just fell," and then click, and then it was gone. I was like, "Oh God, I think that was my mom." So I called my brother, and yeah, sure enough, our mom was walking in the snow and fell, and she's okay. She's all good, but she's a devoted walker, 4 freaking miles every day.
What's your mom's
Rain or
name?
shine.
How old is your mom?
Henrietta.
She's
Henrietta.
73.
73.
Yeah. Henrietta is her name. And anyway, so this opening line talks about about her walking every day. She walks her miles every day, come rain or come shine. Quiet in her footsteps and in prayers for any soul who needs the light. Raised a believer and a healer, just like her mama was. Dios te bendiga en tu camino, my daughter and my sons. And she's as stubborn as the western winds, steady as the sun. And she's an angel sent from heaven when you're down on your luck. And she's watched me fall 100 times. She's never far behind. She's my mama, la reina de mi amor. Haunted by my daddy's ghost, she never leaves him far behind. Every truth unsaid, forgiveness and regrets linger on. mother and a father. Yeah, that's a lot to carry on. But not one day did we go without. Yeah, my mama, she is strong. But she's as stubborn as the prairie winds, steady as the sun. She's an angel sent from heaven when you're down on your luck. And she's watched me fall 1,000 times. She's never far behind. Yeah, she's my mama, la reina de mi amor. She's my mama, la reina de mi amor.
Wow. If you don't mind, on the May, when we start that show, can we start it up with that song?
Mm-hmm.
We have it recorded. If you don't mind, I think that would be an appropriate song to start our Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
thank you. Yeah.
Beautiful song.
Bueno, one more.
Una más.
Órale.
Órale.
Why don't you do the brand new one you just wrote last week? I love it. I would see what you guys think. You just wrote a new
Shred
one
it.
last week.
Those days are over. I remember when I was your age.
Remember when I did a duet in Taos and did Malagueña Salorosa? Yes, you were there, huh?
If you want to see the shredded version of Chris,
The shredded.
we'll be with our band at the Motherlode on February. What is it, Chris? You have the date?
20 and 21. February
Yeah.
20 and 21 at the
You want to
Motherlode.
see him shred? That's the time. Yeah.
It gets
Come and
loud
visit
at the
us.
Motherlode.
It's fun. Yeah, it's the latest gig we have.
So I love Hank Williams music, and I've
Just wrote a hit, I think. I do.
and I'm going through a divorce. So I tried to write a really sad country song. Keep G. Watch for the changes. Try to keep up. My version had a Hank Williams style song. And I hear the sound of your footsteps down the hallway, and your sweet voice humming them old country songs. But I turned my back on your loving disposition, and now my heart is breaking one piece at a time. Too many times I've been blind. I put my heart out on the vine just to rip it down and watch it burn right to the ground. But I hear those words that you whispered when we were leaving. Now my heart is breaking one piece at a time. The silence of the morning sun rising, coffee blue, and sweet memories of you. The winter snow, she rests outside my window, while my heart is breaking one piece at a time. Too many times I've been blind, I put my heart out on a vine, just to rip it down and watch it burn right to the ground. And I hear those words that you whispered when you were leaving. And now my heart is breaking one piece at a time. Yeah, my heart is breaking one piece at a time.
Good job, good job. Good job. We won't use that for Mother's Day.
No.
No.
Well, thank you guys for having us, and if anybody has any last questions or anything.
I kind of had a question. You said that you didn't last long in Hollywood and that you wanted to come back. Maybe it was partly the earthquake, which I happen to actually also be in.
Oh, you're in the same one.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it
was
scared
terrible.
the pants off of me.
Yeah.
But I was curious about what, like what culturally was kind of drew you back, or what, I mean, obviously it's a city. It's very, very different, but kind of what pulled you back in a way?
I just got really afraid of earthquakes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's home, so it just felt comfortable just to come back home to New Mexico, something I was familiar with, and I just really ran back to Mom. Like, oh shit, this is a big world, and there's earthquakes, and Hollywood doesn't ever sleep. I'd go out sometimes, walk in at 2 a.m, and it was just as alive as ever, and scary people, and so it was. I just wanted to come back home, and I didn't want to come back home. I mean, I was excited to go explore and figure out the world, but this was a safe place, and so I came back home for that. I wasn't here very long, probably a few months, and then that's when we started up to Nashville, and that's where kind of life began for us as far as adult life, and we've been chasing music ever since, and we still do, and have a great time, and have learned a lot, and have had some amazing experiences to be able to work with record labels and big name producers, and nothing ever really took off for us, but to have those experiences under our belt, and it's priceless, and to be back home is even more priceless, just to come full circle and be able to appreciate now like what we have here, and the music we grew up playing, and to be able to do that all every day of our lives as a living, and to be able to share it, and it's been awesome. So
yeah, we just started a new record now, so hopefully here in a few months it'll be out.
yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
I also wanted to know if people are interested in going to the camp.
Mhm.
How does that happen? How do people learn about it and sign up for it?
It's a little goofy. It's a little bit just word of mouth, but I post things on Facebook, if anybody's on Facebook. But I get the word out to the schools beforehand, because typically the school will sponsor the music room, and then the Lore Foundation the last 2 years has sponsored the camp, so they'll give me a set amount of money, and then I open it. It's free for all the kids, so as many kids that want to come, they're more than welcome. like I say, through the school, through Facebook, and then just through flyers around town. But maybe through you guys somehow I could put the word out as well. So that's typically, I typically have my festival on solstice, so like a summer solstice. So this year the camp,
14th and 15th of June.
yeah, this year the festival is 19th and 20th.
Okay.
So typically the camp will go from like June 8th through the 12th. So that week before, I work with the kids. The next week I set up for the festival, and then we're off to the races. Summer starts, and then it gets crazy. And yeah, so if you have any kids or grandkids or neighbors, let them know about the camp. And you don't have to have any experience at all. It's just, if you just happen to have a guitar in your closet, bring it over and I'll teach you how to play, and we'll figure out a part for you. So,
And singers, too.
and singers,
You took some girls that
singers
didn't play any instruments, but were doing some
Yeah.
beautiful singing this last time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, yes.
Where did your dad record when he recorded?
He recorded up in Albuquerque. It was called
Sunrise?
Sunrise Records.
Oh, I remember that.
Sunrise Records.
Yeah, yeah. So he has two 45s, so 4 songs total. He had a notebook of songs he had written, but somehow through the years got lost, which is super sad. But
Yeah.
those 4 songs that he recorded are kind of, they're our pride and joy.
So
Do you
two
do any of it?
sides?
Yeah, A, B, and sides.
Do you do any of them?
Well, the very first song we
Yeah,
played,
but
yeah.
any others?
Yeah, we do all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. We play all of those songs, and it's funny because when we do a live show, we'll play them like our dad wrote them, because he wrote them like rancheras.
Yeah.
But I go and screw things up, and I start changing things. So we have 2 versions of his songs, like my version, which has a lot of chords in it, and then my dad's version, which is just more down home, and we get 8 songs out of his.
Yeah, out of 4.
People sometimes don't realize, oh, is that the same song?
Do you have his
That's different
45s
styles.
digitized?
We used to, yeah, they are,
Yeah.
yeah.
You fucking
Yeah.
get those.
Yeah.
I would love to share them, yeah.
If they could be part
I would
of the
even share the
archive.
records, because he,
That would be great.
he has still a box of records.
Mm-hmm.
But we have the records and digital files also.
He only has 1 box left. He had sold a little under 1 million.
Yeah, so
We get to take over.
any more questions?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I remind you the 24th that we're going to have a open mic afternoons. Come on by and give us a story. And then 21st of February, Vito Senior and Vito Junior, and Vito Senior was a musician in California. Literally 42 years he was a studio musician there, and their band was only about that far from making it big, just like this guy's. That they were that far, just couldn't find the right guy to push him over. And that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you guys have the talent to match anybody out there. Period. And so. Thank you, guys. Gracias.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Seville.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you very much, man. Michael. Thank you, brother.